Hello, and welcome. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Pink Raven, but you can also call me KJ, and today we are looking at behind the scenes of an animated short I did for class. I am currently a college student majoring in animation and game art, and for one of my classes this semester I am taking stop motion animation. Our recent assignment was making a cut paper stop motion animation based off the prompt. It was all fun and games until. So first step was making a short animatic that was just to flesh out what we plan on doing and what we would need our puppets to be capable of doing. I decided to do a short thing based off of a character I drew a while ago that is not named or really has any lore. So I felt like it was pretty easy to do something with her. After doing that, it was time to move on to the actual fabrication of the puppet. So what I did was do a digital drawing that I then printed out onto cardstock and put together later. This was how our teacher recommended doing it. I really enjoyed this process, and it was very familiar to me because I basically just did the exact same thing I do for making VTuber models, which is having the different layers for each part and then going in and drawing each of the parts separately after labeling all of them, because that's just how my brain works. I did that for both the Jester and the King, as well as some props. The rest of the props I did physically later, including the background, which I completely forgot to record the process for. I am sorry about that. Honestly, after drawing all of the pieces for this Jester, who needs to be a lot more flexible based off of what they have to do in the short, versus the King, who honestly was only really made of 3 pieces. 4, technically. The Jester, on the other hand, I split up a lot more and might actually turn into a VTuber model later. I don't know. We'll see. We have to wait until I actually have more time, because I do want to focus on classes. I might have gone a little too detailed with these puppets, not gonna lie, but I like how they came out anyways. Once I was done with all of the digital drawings, I then printed everything out onto cardstock and carefully cut each of the pieces out. After that, I honestly wasn't a fan of the white highlight or like white outline that a lot of the pieces had, so I went over with a black marker just to cover all of the edges. It probably didn't make that much of a difference, but I still feel like it was worth it. I did do this part in class, so ignore the like kinda shitty camera angle. Once I was done with that, I used sticky tack to hold the puppet together and still keep the joints flexible. It was honestly really satisfying putting together all of the pieces like this, and honestly, I think I just like the whole process of making cut out paper puppets than I thought I would expect. And I thought I would. After doing all of that, I rented out a space provided by the school and used a downwards facing camera and dragon frame to make the actual animation. And also, sorry about my head getting in the way so much. I didn't really know where to put the camera. I didn't have a lot of options on where to put my phone. So, yeah. By the way, doing the mouth replacement pieces for the King sucked. Like that, I had to borrow tweezers from my roommate just to do his, change out his mouth. That was a process in of itself, and I lost one of the mouthpieces, so I had to make do. It was, it was a thing. But of course, after that, I put it all into Premiere Pro to do some final editing and add in sound effects, because for the first time, I actually had to do a project with sound effects. And because I was very excited, I decided to get a voice actor for the King. In order to get my voice actor, I ended up reaching out to my cousin, who mentioned that they had a few friends that would probably be willing to voice act for me. So shout out and big thank you to my voice actor Alex. I will put Alex's Instagram in the description of the video. Alex gave me a few different variants of the line that I needed, which honestly was perfect, so thank you so much for that. And I basically just took, I think, 2 different lines and put them together to get exactly what I was looking for, and attempted doing the lip syncing for the first time. It's a little rough, I will admit. Probably not the best, but also it's my first time ever doing it, and my first time ever doing it with cutout pieces of paper. I feel like I kind of jumped into the deep end with that one, but oh well. I honestly think the video came out pretty good for my first ever animation short and first stop motion animation short. Of course, there's definitely a lot of things I probably could have done better, and in hindsight there were a few things that I would probably change about my process, but ultimately I'm still learning and I will take all of that into my next one. In the meantime, I am going to play the short in full after this, and I will be posting the video separate as well as just its own short. In the meantime, if you enjoy, definitely stick around, hit subscribe, press all the buttons, do all the things. If not, I hope you enjoy whatever you do next, and please enjoy my hilariously boring jester. Bye!
Boring. Off with her head.